I'm Josh, and this is My Favourite Dead Person, where we explore some incredible lives from throughout New Zealand's history. Jean Batten was a world record-breaking aviator who flew planes by herself all over the world. She completed the world's first solo flight from England to New Zealand. Jean really loved planes, and she was really good at flying them.
Jean Batten was born 1909 in Rotorua. And she did a number of record-breaking flights across the world.
Wow. She broke the record for the fastest flight from England to Brazil and England to Australia.
If you guys could break any world record, what would it be?
Rugby.
Rugby? Mm-hmm. Rugby world record? What for?
The biggest person.
You want to break the record for the biggest person to play rugby? I'd try to break world's handsomest man.
Oh.
Ah.
Jean Batten was the first ever person to fly solo from England to New Zealand.
To fly solo? That's so awesome.
The flight from England to New Zealand was 23,000 kilometres.
How far is that?
23,000 kilometres, which is 4.5 million giraffes standing on each other's head.
Why are you measuring everything in giraffes?
Because giraffes are cool.
She wasn't exactly solo because she had a cat.
What do you mean?
She had a cat that flew with her.
Oh, and she has a cat. We didn't say that. Oh, yeah. She has a cat called Buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She always flies with Buddy.
Her flight to New Zealand took 11 days and 45 minutes.
Where do you think she went to the bathroom?
Just do it outside the window.
You could throw it out the window?
Yeah. A little ladle person.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. That's why I always wear a hat, in case someone's flying and they drop their stuff out the window.
Oh my gosh.
Next. Arrivals card. Anything to declare?
Well, I do declare I've just broken a world record.
Okay, and any tobacco products?
No, but did you not just hear what I said?
Any nut or seed products?
No, but
Any cash over the value of $10,000 New Zealand currency?
No, but can I just get through there? Because a lot of people are going to be scrambling to see the Gene Meister.
Have you been to any farmland or wetland areas in the past 2 weeks?
No, I've been in the cockpit of a plane for the last 11 days.
Pleasure or business?
History.
Any animal products?
His name is Buddy, and his life is worth more than yours will ever be.
He's going to have to quarantine for 4 to 6 weeks at a state-approved facility.
Look, I've traveled across the seas, breaking many records. I've flown by myself from the United Kingdom to New Zealand in exactly 11 days and 45 minutes. Fighting hunger and fatigue, dodging war zones. And I did it faster than anyone in the history of humanity. So would you please stop this nonsense and step aside?
Sounds like you've been to a lot of countries, so I have to ask, do you have any fruit to declare?
Actually, I have so much fruit.
Oh, that's actually
I'm
different.
so sorry.
No, that's a different line.
Didn't know about the fruit.
No, that's fine. It's a different line, though.
Do you think it's hard to fly a plane?
No. Yes. He said there's like 100,000 buttons. There's like 100,000 buttons on the thing. You don't know which one to press. Or we're gonna press the extra button.
If you were going to fly your plane and you could take one thing with you,
Spaghetti bolognese.
take spaghetti bolognese.
My clothes.
Your clothes, great choice.
I don't want to be naked while flying.
Okay.
Snakes.
Snakes?
Snakes, definitely.
Why are you taking snakes?
Because I've watched a movie, Snakes on a Plane.
You've watched it?
And it's really good because I like those big snakes and I would
They are so cute.
Yeah, that's why I'd take one.
You're gonna bring your clothes and you've just got spaghetti bolognese. You could wear the spaghetti bolognese though. Do you guys know if Jean Batten ever got married?
She did not. A lot of men wanted to. They gave her money as gift, but she mostly loved planes.
What do you think about her not getting married and just doing what she wanted to do?
That's girl power, yeah. Girl power!
Jean loves planes. What do you guys love the most?
My parents. Family.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be family.
Family
all the way.
Family over anything.
Yeah. And what do you like? What do you like?
Cars.
Cars?
What's your family? No, he loves my family's gonna be in the car anyways. I can't drive.
Welcome back to Wings of Love, where Jean Batten will decide who gets her final rose.
Fred, you are such a nice guy. I particularly liked it when you gave me £500, your entire life savings.
I'll do anything for you, Jean.
And Victor, you're awfully sweet. I particularly liked it when you paid for my Aero Club subscription. And then you gave me your Gypsy Moth plane to train in. And when I crashed it near Karachi, completely destroying it beyond repair, you asked for no money in return.
I love you so much.
But I'm afraid, as kind and caring as you both are, the connection I have with you pales in comparison with the connection I have with another. Gentlemen, I'm giving my final rose to Percival. Yes, the Percival D3 Gull 6 low-wing cantilever monoplane, capable of flying 150 miles per hour and a range of over 2,000 miles. You're quick, you're sleek, you're everything.
Okay, guys. Let's see if I can survive a long journey in a plane. You guys are going to simulate me being in a plane. Okay, you ready? Okay. Okay, it's going well. Good. Good try. Cautions. Caution! Ah! Where'd you get... Where'd the power come from? Bread! Pig! Donkey! Sheep! Rugby ball! Okay! Okay, it's good! Okay! 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 Okay!
Yes.
Tupaia was a Polynesian navigator, translator and adventurer. He joined Captain Cook's ship, the Endeavour, and sailed to Aotearoa. He translated, he kept the peace, basically making Captain Cook's journey a success.
Tupaia was from Tahiti.
He lived in Tahiti.
He was a high priest, artist, navigator, translator, and he was a genius. He was smart.
When Captain Cook came, he joined them and he was a navigator. He was very important, actually. He was also an artist.
He could speak like 100 words of English, so he drew pictures for Cook to understand him.
They let him onto their ship because he was good at navigating.
Tupaia helped Captain Cook find Aotearoa. Captain Cook was looking for the Great Southern Continent.
They thought since they hadn't discovered the bottom part of the world, there must be a lot of land, since the top of the world had quite a lot of land as well. Otherwise it would roll over.
Ah, Tupaia, with you by my side, we will find the Great Southern Continent.
One last time, there isn't one.
There has to be. Europe and Asia are just so huge up there that if there's nothing down here, the world would just start spinning around. That's science, Tupaia. So we go south from here.
You sure? Because there's a whole big country right there. Look, you can see it. It's just there. Use your eyes.
No.
Use your eyes.
I don't trust your primitive navigation methods, Tupaia. Besides, I have this. Not sure what it does, but it looks very technical. Okay, before we start, let me introduce you to our new crew. Okay. You, what's your name?
Kent.
No. I'm going to call you Steve. Yes. Okay, next. You, what's your name?
Angus, sir.
No, you're more of a James. Wait, that's my name. Steve 2. Next. You, what's your name?
Rita.
Let's call you Steve It.
Or you could learn their actual names.
Look here, I'm the captain. So if I want to call my entire crew Steve, I will. If I want to find a mythical continent, I'll do that too. And if I want to eat ice cream for breakfast every morning, I will do that too. Queen put me in charge. So you have to listen to me.
Okay, bro. South we go.
By my calculations, we're here. All right, Steves, step off onto the great southern continent.
But there's nothing there.
Nonsense, Tupaia. The great British scientists say there's something here, so there must be. A bit damp! This continent, don't you think, Tupaia? It's a bit damp.
Tupaia also was a translator and translate what the Māori said to Captain Cook.
Tahitian is quite similar to Māori language, and he could kind of understand the Māoris, so he would translate the Māori for the Europeans, and he would also tell the Māoris what the Europeans were saying.
He was super popular and everyone trusted him. The Māori thought that the Endeavour was Tupaia's ship. They thought he owned the ship.
Yeah,
Endeavour.
he was the leader.
They thought he owned the ship?
Yeah, because he could talk to the Māoris.
When Captain Cook and Tupaia found Aotearoa, Captain Cook got the credit, but it was mostly Tupaia because he was the one navigating.
If you couldn't speak the language, what's a way you could communicate to people who didn't understand you?
Like sign language?
Sign language?
Probably through, like, body language.
Do you think you'd be quite good at it?
Iffy.
Iffy. You guys are trying to sell me something from your ship and we can't talk. There's no talking. I don't understand what language you guys are speaking. Okay, James, ready? Go. Walking. Walk. Point, man. Point at me. You're selling you. You've got 2 ice cream cones. You've got a bigger ice cream cone. You like eating. You like throwing A4 paper into the photocopier. You like clapping. You're pulling out a tooth. You got heaps of teeth. You got 32 teeth to sell me. You got a tongue. Scoop, food, Scoopy food, Scoopy food. You've got food. Is it a food? Okay. Not interested. I got plenty of food, mate.
So, how much do you think it's worth?
Well, this is marvellous and clearly authentic.
Yeah, it's mine. I painted it.
And what is lovely to see is it's actually been signed down here, which is a huge plus.
Yep, by me. Like I said, I painted this.
It seems to be depicting these gentlemen here in some sort of war party battle formation. And what's really remarkable is down the end, either end there, you can see these chaps using blow darts.
No, it's just my mates playing the flute.
They seem to be lining up here in some sort of warrior formation.
No, that's just them standing still so I could paint them.
Such a warrior race, weren't they? Always ready for the violence.
Actually, we mostly just like going fishing.
So very violent.
Yeah, if you're a fish. Look, I just want to know how much I could sell it for. I mean, insure it for.
Well, it's worthless to you, but clearly priceless, so we will be taking it for the museum.
Wait, no, I just want to know how much I could sell it for.
Entry to the museum is about £15, but I shouldn't imagine you could afford that, so perhaps they have a free day or something?
If we're going to speak the same language, it would be quite hard for me to tell you what goods I could have to trade. So what I might do is I might try to do it without talking to you, okay?
Blanket. Horse.
Good, you guys are good.
Dog.
Video game. Ice cream. A giraffe.
You, what, really?
A spa.
You're so good. It's not that hard at all.
Moehanga was a Ngāpuhi adventurer who bravely undertook a long and dangerous journey to the other side of the world and became the first Māori to visit the United Kingdom. He met all sorts of people and thought England was a very strange place.
Moehanga was the first Māori to visit England. And he was a young Ngāpuhi warrior, and he joined a whaling ship called the Ferret that sailed all the way to London.
He travelled there in 1805, got there in 1806, then came back in 1807.
He was really frightened by a cannon salute.
By the cannon salute?
Yeah.
Oh, why is that?
Because he thought he'd be attacked. Yeah.
Fair enough. It's a weird salute, if you think about it, firing a lot of guns at someone to say hi.
He saw lots of people riding on horses.
Yeah.
And he also found that really funny and started chasing after a man on a horse.
That would have been pretty scary for the guy on the horse, I think.
Yeah.
The giggling guy was running after him.
He liked potatoes. Yeah, he loved potatoes.
He loved potatoes?
Yeah.
I know that he really loved potatoes.
Do you like potatoes?
Sort of.
Sort of.
But I love French fries.
Yeah, they are potato-based.
Yeah.
What's your favourite potato dish?
Potato.
Potato? What if you found an old French fry in the car?
Yuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it either. No, I would not pick it up and eat it. What's your favourite thing on a baked potato?
I just like by itself.
Just with nothing on it?
Sometimes butter.
Butter.
Beans.
Beans? Beans on a potato?
Baked beans.
You aren't mucking around. That's a lot of stuff to put on a potato. I'm going to try it.
Butter and bacon.
Butter and bacon. Oof. I'm going to go with 3. Butter, bacon and beans. The 3 Bs. They do all start with B, but thank you for just double checking. I never spell food wrong. Ask me a food. Name a food group.
Asparagus.
A-S... Okay, I have to Google that.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Moehanga just checking in. Just wanted to let you know that I just arrived in this weird-ass place called London! London! Just here overseas on my OE, or as I like to call it, my Moe. It was just a quick 6-month trip one way. Fought off a bit of scurvy, a few sea monsters, did it all one-handed. This hand, wanted to give a massive shout-out to the Ferret Whaling boys. Thank you for having me on the ship. And my bro Johnny Savage for the ticks. The tickets. No, he didn't give me the ticks, so got that from somewhere else. Before I forget, if kumara had a bit too much flavour for you, I found something here in the stores for you. Potatoes, hashtag cheat day carbs. Check the picture, check them out. Cheers to whānau, make sure you like and subscribe. Next week I'll be going live from a pub in West London called The Outback. If you want 10% off your next 6-month voyage, just use the code Moehanga. Got you. Just gonna go kick some locals off their land.
When he was in England, he met King George III. I don't think he was going to meet him. He probably didn't think that as well, but sometimes you meet famous people.
Yeah, it just happens, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to name drop, but I've met Charlize Theron.
He thought England was quite gross, dirty, poor, damp. People haven't been, taking care of themselves.
Back then, it would only rich people would be kind of mean and just not really donate much money to charity.
The highlight of his trip was that he met someone with 2 wooden legs. And he found wooden legs very hilarious.
What do you think made everyone have wooden legs?
Pirates.
Well, that could be his punishment, or someone's punishment if they disobeyed an order from King George III.
King George III? Give me your legs. Have some pig legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you chop a leg for a pig leg? Would you go there or would you go a bit higher? Up here? I'll give them a bit of ankle, bit of calf.
That'll be if, you disobeyed one order.
Yeah.
It'll be, right up to the ankle, but if you disobeyed many, it'll be right up to the knee.
Yeah.
Moehanga used to greet everyone he met by saying, "How do you do, my boy?"
He used to go over to them and shake their hand and say, "How do you do, my boy?"
And people saying, "How do you do, my boy?" And then he seeing how the culture works. He thinks that was how to do it. So he started to do it on other people.
People probably found it weird going, "How you do, my boy? How you do?" Hey, your hands are sweaty again.
Welcome to Britain Gets Judged, a show where our distinguished guest, Moehanga, judges the different characters he's met on his travels to London.
How do you do, my boy?
Ready, Moe?
Ready.
Alrighty, our first contestant is street urchin William.
Yuck. How do you do, my boy?
Sweep your chimney for half a crown, pick your pocket for nothing.
Next.
Okay, Moehanga. Have a look at this unfortunate soul.
We've got a winner. Give this guy the money.
But my story is arse and true, sire.
A pig for a leg? How do you come up with this?
Now you look here. I'm not going to be ridiculed. That's it. I'm leaving.
Don't go. Don't go. Come back. Just...
Okay, Moehanga. Now, we do have one more contestant for you to meet.
That's a hard act to follow.
A man who needs no introduction.
How do you do, my boy?
That's my line. Who are you?
I'm the king!
Of what?
The great British Empire.
Yeah, but, like, what do you do? You know, what's your talent?
My father, he was the king, and then, well, his father was the king too.
That's not a talent, no. Like, have you got a wooden limb or something?
No.
Could you get a wooden limb?
You mean you want me to cut off one of my legs?
Yeah.
No.
Let me just get this straight. What you're telling me is that you've got no talent, no peg leg, you don't even have potatoes. You've just got a rich dad who said you could be in charge?
Yes.
Next.
All right, Governor, a man with 2 peg legs has just stolen my horse. Has anyone got experience on this?
How do you do, my boy?
All right, mate. This way.
Should we follow?